Welcome to Rules of Villainy, episode 81, where three new trading card game players quest and challenge their way to the competitive top tables and discuss their opinion on Disney Lorcana. This evening, we'll be reporting the hottest news in Lorcana, answer your questions, and discuss the latest developments in the metagame. I am not Villain Vince. I, of course, am Brad, a.k.a. the mayor of Lorcana, and joined by Andy and Kirsten. How are you guys today?
Good.
Ready for Winterspell.
Yeah.
Ready for winter. I'm done with the winter weather behind us. Like sick
facts.
of it. It's been crazy. But speaking of the competitive, questing and challenging our way to the competitive top tables, despite the winter weather, a couple people on this podcast right now found their way to 1 and 2 over the weekend. How did that feel?
That was pretty good.
Kind of sneak in there.
Great opinion, Andy. Thank you so much for that input. Fortuna Games fired their set championship this weekend before the snow got really, really bad, and really proud of Andy and Kirsten here finding their way to first and second. I think it was 10 or 12 people that showed up despite the storm, and got both of you there at Blurple, a big field of Blurple. I heard
lots of Blurple.
I need to put a little asterisk on the side of my I got first or second, because sure, I got first/second.
Sure.
But I got a little lucky.
You have to. We all know you have to get lucky.
Well, no, the problem was there was 6 Blurple players out of 10 of us, and the first match I lost because I was playing this crazy wild amethyst steel locations hyper aggro crazy deck.
That deck was really good.
It was really good. So, but the problem is in every single game of 3, I missed my 1-drop. In one of them, I missed my 1-drop and my 2-drop. So I just lost. Which whatever, fine. But that set me back.
You missed the 2-drop in Blurple. Woof.
I know. It was really bad. But then fast forward 2 rounds, I ended up getting paired against our one and only Vince, and we went to time. We were basically going to tie, and next thing I know, he's like, "Here you go, I submitted it, you win." And I was like, "Why'd you do that?"
Oh, well, that's kind of him.
It was really nice of him, and he helped me get there. And we had talked about it during our game. Neither of us really wanted the map. We were just gonna give it to Andy the Grape because we knew that he really wanted that one. So no matter what, it didn't really matter. But I was like, "Why did you do that?" He was like, "Oh, it's the last round." I'm like, "No, it's not. We're doing 4 rounds, Vince, not 3." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I just really want the card." So I kind of got a free win out of that, and then we ended up meeting again in top 4, and I got quite lucky, and his deck just pooped itself.
Yeah.
Poop from a butt. Woo!
2 weeks in a row, we get to say that on the pod. So happy to be a part of this. But speaking of Vince, as I said in the intro, he's not here tonight. He is taking a break. He's getting ready for Melbourne. He's going to be going down there for DLC Melbourne in just a few weeks. Really exciting. We're making arrangements to take care of his cat while he's gone. And he's going to be also vroom Vince once again, going down there for an F1 race, which is going to be really, really exciting for him. I can't wait to see the pictures and hear all about that, which I'm sure we'll hear everything about here in the future when he returns from that great journey. Andy, do you have any thoughts about the Fortuna Set Championship before we move into the Underworld news?
It was fun.
There it is. You heard it here, folks. Lorcana, Disney Lorcana is fun. Andy has fun playing it. Congratulations to him. Let's move into Underworld news, though. The biggest news of the week. I know we're in the midst of reveal season. We'll be talking about plenty of those here in the future of this episode. The biggest news of the week, guys, we got the stress test icon. The RPH stress test icon came out today. We got it. Let's go. How many of you thought we weren't going to get it ever? Anybody? It was a long wait for that icon, but we finally got it. It's really cool too.
Coming in close on a full year, because wasn't the stress test in literally May of 2025?
It feels like it was a long time ago. I don't think it was
for Milwaukee.
It was I don't know what I expected. It was a really cool icon though, the
It's
lore
super
symbol.
cute. I love it.
Yeah, looks like it's the
It's
inside
immediately
of a watch
my icon now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people changed it today.
Yes, I'm excited.
moving on from that, we have a lot of reveals that we'll be going into in the main segment. One really big one that came out today on the main stage, which was really cool to attend, and seeing our friends from Lore Chronicles, Willow and Dick Burns were on there, getting to be a guest. Really, really cool to watch. But one of the biggest things that we took away from it was that they are making changes to draft in the limited format. They are reducing the minimum amount of cards in your deck to 35. You want to go into why they're doing that, Andy?
Yeah, they explained a little bit that basically when you're drafting for a 40 card deck and you got 48 cards, it basically meant that besides the 4 you were just given as your last card, there was only 4 cards that you could pick that you wouldn't have to put in your deck. So it really made it limited, pun intended, that, you only had such few options. So now I guess they open that up to basically 9 decisions that you can make to potentially work towards like a synergy or a more thematic, sort of draft deck without having to sacrifice the risk that, if I don't hit another ally, then this card becomes completely worthless in my deck or something like that. You have a lot more exclusion options, but yeah, it's interesting. I've heard other people talk about the flip side of that, and I'm sure it'll be discussed plenty more. I know we're working to collab with Be Our Guest and
Sure.
do their this is not annual, it's every set, whatever term you do for that. And they're like draft, and I think it's mostly draft, right? The sealed is kind of a byproduct of it. I know he is really, really big on draft, so we're happy to do that. That'll be coming out soon. I'm gonna save a lot of my thoughts and opinions for that.
Your hot take.
Sure.
Yeah, all my hot takes. Check it out.
I'm really excited. That's my favorite season of the beginning of every set is getting into the limited formats and just playing with these cards and getting to know the cards. They made a good point on the I keep wanting to say podcast on the main stage today of they did a lot of testing and internal testing, and it just Dick Burns and Willow and all them talking about the they play a lot of limited, and it's a great way to sit down, look at these cards, get acquainted with them, because the next 3 months you're not going to be seeing all of them all the time. You're going to limit yourself to the cards that you want to play in your constructed or your infinity, and some of those are just going to go. The rest of the limited decks are just going to be pushed aside. I have them in troves and troves behind me, then really never touch again. So it's nice to get those all out there at the beginning of the set and have some fun with them.
It's my favorite time of the season.
It's so much fun. Hopefully I can
love
pull some more
it. I really
enchantments
do
this
love
time.
it. Yeah. I need that
Yeah.
Todd more than like my life. Like I need it.
It's beautiful.
I
You think
love him.
Do you think it's the chase this set? I mean, there's some really good enchantments so far.
No, the
actually.
Elsa, the Anna. Like there's gonna be other ones. And I bet like a lot of people are going to really want some of these like Lilo and Stitch ones, like Ohana means family.
Sure.
And the new one.
Elsa.
The big one, the Raging Storm. We'll definitely go talk about that one.
Yeah.
Just
I was
a
looking
little
for
bit.
it on the Disney Lorcana card gallery, but that's not updated yet since they just released it today, so I can't find it. But it's okay.
Yeah. Before we get to those cards, I did want to just name a few events here as we're talking about pre-release weekend approaching here in just a couple of weeks. I have a couple other events here that I myself am hosting here in St. Louis. If you are local, I would love for you to check it out. We have a franchise event getting played February 9th at Game Night, where the rules are simple. It's an infinity format. I'll have a link to it in the description below, but it is franchise only in the Disney Lorcana realm. So if you want to play a Lion King deck, you can play a Disney Lorcana legal deck that is all Lion King, or if you want to play Little Mermaid, if you want to play Lady and the Tramp, spoiler alert, that's probably what I'm doing because of my boy Jacques. We'll see. There's a lot of options, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm hoping you guys can check that out. I know you guys have been cooking. And
Mufasa.
what's that?
No Lion King with Scar and
I
Mufasa?
have ideas. I have
Okay,
ideas, but when I see a play set of foil jocks in front of me, I'm like, kind of got to play it. And if you look at the lady in the franchise, Lady in the Tramp franchise on like Dreamborn or the official app
Pretty
right now,
good.
they have just enough cards to like fill out the deck. You like it's like 68 cards total. Like if you just cut your trustees down to 2 and your peggies down to 2 or whatever, like it's nearly perfect. The amount of Lady in the cards. I can't talk. I'm so sorry. Why am I running the show tonight? Lady in the Tramp cards, but that's number 1 on the list right now based on what I've configured so far. But that's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it if you come out. I know you guys are signed up for it. It's on a Monday night in a couple weeks, but that same week, Ravensburger was nice enough to send us some Palace Heists, 3 copies of Palace Heist, Jafar's Illumineer's Quest from the Reign of Jafar set, where it's just a learn to play. They're encouraging stores to invite people to come in, learn to play the game, and, by proxy, if you really enjoy this, maybe you'll buy some more Disney Lorcana and play, regular weeklies with us and whatsoever, and things like that. So we got that scheduled for the following Wednesday, the 11th, from 6 to 8 o'clock that night at game night as well. It's a free event, and if you come check it out, play a little bit of Palace Heist with us, at the end of the night, we're going to raffle off a free copy of that game to a lucky winner to take home with them and hopefully enjoy it at home at their kitchen table. So other stores are doing that as well. I know Hunter's doing it out at the collector store the same night. By some chance, without any communication whatsoever, we happened to post at the same time today that we were hosting it at the same night at the same time, but hopefully we can get some people going out to both of those, some new players into the Lorcana community here and enjoy the game with us. But yeah, you guys going to be coming to both of those? Excited about either of those in the time between sets here?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the franchise night because then I get to play all my Maleficent cards.
I can't wait.
And we'll probably also come to the Palace Heist thing, even for just a little bit, and we can drop off some free goodies for everybody, some bulk and tropes full of accessories because I have too many of them.
We all do. We all do. I saw Jimmy today on the Discord looking for a school to donate a bunch of cards to, which is great. And I'm hoping that we can. I mean, I've talked to Daniel at Lorcana, or I guess not Lorcana Fanatics anymore. He rebranded. Lorcana Family
Quests,
Family Quests, yes, and he's working on something down in Texas similar with a library, getting donating a bunch of stuff and having a big event. So hopefully we'll have more information on that in the future, but there's a lot of cool things that we can do with all our extra cards, and I'm looking into all of those. But yeah, that's almost it for Underworld news. I joked about the biggest news at the start being the playtest icon, but I want to hand it off to Andy here to talk about something that actually is really, really exciting that we did announce this week. You want to go into that?
Yeah, certainly. We announced the Rules of Villainy official competitive team with our new captain, Captain Jimmy.
Captain Jimmy!
And 6 other fine Lorcana folks. You should check it out on socials. We put together some cool art and things, and we put a lot of effort into it. We're hoping to share our knowledge and grow our team, and take it all the way to the the top tables, like we say. So really happy to have announced that. So go check it out.
Yeah, I think you got a really good crew there. I can't wait to root you on. Like Richmond, seeing you guys in Richmond, it still kills me that I wasn't there day 2 rooting for you. But it's so cool, and I can't wait to see what you guys as a group, with all the testing and all the commitment that you guys are putting into this, how far you'll go. Yeah. Anyway, that's. Go ahead, Andy.
I was just gonna say we got lots of big plans and stuff too. You'll definitely hear more about it in the future. Once we figure out our way to success, we'll be sure to share it with the rest of you. Maybe on that secret Patreon that Vince is secretly working on while he's not here.
One of these days, it will not be a secret anymore. But as of right now, there is no Patreon. But who knows, when you're listening to this, months down the line, weeks down the line, it may exist. So definitely check it out, because I will make sure that I will be updating the descriptions. Anyway, that is inside baseball.
Our Patreon in the future. If you are watching this on September 14th, in 2047, we have technically 2 Patreons now.
Yeah. And you can come back to this episode and leave a mean comment that I did not put a link to our future Patreon in it. And I will accept it. I will deserve that for my atrocities here. So anyway, that's it for Underworld news. Let's move on to Constituents Corner, which is usually my segment, but I feel like I've been talking too much already. Kirsten, do you wanna read these questions?
Oh, sure. Yeah. We've got
Yes.
one from our good friend Lucas. If Dragonfire was inkable, would you play it? Assuming you have a good red deck to play in it. Play it in.
Yes.
I tell you what, with the Ruby cards so far that's been released, I think Ruby's back on the menu, boy and girl. I was gonna do a Lord of the Rings reference here, and I was gonna say, boys, it's not Vince, it's Kirsten. But is
I don't know.
Dragonfire gonna make the cut? I don't know.
So before we talk about Ruby, yeah, the answer is yes. If Dragonfire is inkable, you absolutely play it. I mean, you play Let It Go, right? Like, yeah, it's
but
a
you can sing
song
Let It Go
versus
too.
an action, but you also have cards like Maui Shark, which can recur it, and you would already play like maybe 1 or 2 of these in a lot of these different decks for the single target removal, depending on the meta. And so if it was inkable, I think it'd be even more of a reason to at least play one of in any like shark deck or action type deck. So
Yeah.
that seems reasonable because you play Let It Go, right? Like in a lot of these decks, you're playing one of Let It Go. And you don't mind putting it into the inkwell for that singability.
Yeah.
That checks out. I'm in agreement. I think inkability is always a good thing. You don't want to see that Dragonfire after the altar because in a especially like back in the day, Ruby Amethyst, that just sits there. It sits there until you have a good turn that you can use it, or it gets discarded or something, because there's just it doesn't feel good, to play 5 cost for a single removal sometimes, but.
Yeah.
Inkability, throwing it in your inkwell, always a good thing, and I do agree. It would slot in a lot easier if we could do that.
For sure.
You said Ruby is on the up and up. Ruby is on the uninkable menu. I think Ruby has an uninkable problem at this point. Early on, looking at a lot of every time I see a good Ruby card, I'm like, man, that's good. Uninkable. Wow. And I think the running joke I've seen on the Discord is that basically it's like we're up to 54 uninkables now in the Ruby Amethyst deck. Between genies and all the new Ruby ones.
Yeah. I haven't counted, but maybe that's part of the identity of Ruby too, is like they want these cards to be super strong, and it's they're I think I don't know the reason why they put
Strength through
uninkable
adversity.
on yeah.
Play all uninkables.
No, well, don't do that. You're not playing anything. But I don't
Buy
know.
Andy's Metafy. Play all
Yeah.
uninkables.
Hope everybody buys it so I can win the DLC. All right, what's our other
All right.
question here?
So I know that there is one that you put on here, but I think you missed one, so I'm gonna read it anyway.
Oh, okay.
It's from one of our listeners overseas. I think he said he's from Iceland or something.
Oh,
Crash. I think he recently joined our Discord.
he did. He's new. With their name.
With everything revealed so far, what card are you most excited to play around with?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I missed that question, so I am not prepared.
I am prepared, so I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
I am most excited for the Todd. The Shift Todd. 7 cost 6/6 quest for 2. Not just because it's absolutely the best enchanted they've released so far and I need it in my life, but I think that it's super cool. Yeah, he's got shift 5. So he is a 7 cost straight up, but you can shift him for 5. He's evasive, but his ability is really cool. Impressive leaps twice during your turn whenever this character is chosen for an action or an item's ability. You may ready him.
Yeah, with no restrictions. That's
no
crazy.
restrictions, nothing. It's kind of unfortunate that it is on your turn. So I didn't realize that at first, and I was like, "Oh, you want to take out my Todd? Well, let me do some shenanigans, Um, But I think that's really cool, the ability. So I'm really excited for that
You
card.
could hit him if you wanted to play Amethyst Emerald. Hit him with like
Mhm.
a hypnotic strength or something to just buff him up. And if for some reason he needs to have 8 strength, even you
Right.
could quest him and then boost him in challenge or something. But or just
Mhm.
quest him again. It's twice is unheard of. We've seen this before, but not in the sense where you could do it twice.
Yeah. And it could be an
Actually,
item too. So like
Yeah, the
if you
item
have
thing is the really broken part.
yeah.
They got what was
yeah.
it? Tiny Tim's Crutch is just a
Mhm.
reprint of
Of,
Scepter of Arendelle.
and it just gives
Yeah.
support.
Just gives support, which is
It's
even
really
better now because now
cool.
you can quest and buff up something 6+6. It's
Yeah.
it's got a built-in like double you came back, right? Which is
Yep.
kind of nice.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's my answer.
It was
What's
expensive
your
though.
answer, Andy?
Um, I think mine is probably the new Moana is really cool.
Ooh, that one is a really good one.
You
And
can
it's the
ink from
iconic
your
too.
discard. It's kind of nice.
Yep.
Like I kind of got baited into this last time because I liked the Daisy Duck. That is the set champs card this time because it puts your opponent's ink into their Inkwell Exerted, which seemed like, and it had a really good shift target. It seemed like it was a really powerful ability. But in the end, it like wasn't, I guess. Like no one ever really figured out how to make that work. And so I don't know. I think the Moana one seems like a really powerful ability. 5 cost 4/4, quest for 2 is not really bad stats. We have that on Aurora, not Aurora,
Mhm.
Belle. Sorry, Belle. Um, so that's perfectly fine. And in something like that Amber Sapphire ramp deck that we saw Kirsten playing on Deck Test Tuesday, uh, inking from your discard is even more valuable. Things like Sail.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared for this question, honestly.
You have a lot of
I
time, Brad. Figure it out.
I
no,
stalled. I'm
you're right.
sorry.
No, you're totally fine. There's been a lot of interest. I wish everything was listed in this in Dreamborn right now.
I know.
That's been revealed because there was a lot that was revealed today, a lot revealed the last several days. The content creator reveals have been really really cool.
Mhm.
The first card I thought of as you guys were talking for some reason is I was in such awe yesterday of how cute the Lilo bundled up card is. She's a 2-cost
I
uninkable
know. She
1/2
is
that
really
costs for
cute.
2. But I don't play a lot of steel. But I'm going to be playing around a lot with I think Amber Steel, Amber something, because Amber right now seems really good. They're doing a lot of Lilo and Stitch stuff with this set, and I think the Shift Lilo, the Rockstar, what is her actual title here? Yeah, it is Rockstar. The
Yeah,
3/5
Lilo
Shift.
Rockstar.
Yeah, she's a 3/5 shift 4 and quest for 2, and she has the Perdita effect. Whenever this character quests, you may play a character with 2 cost or less from your discard for free. So a little bit less than Perdita, as we talked about on the Discord with Rudros today. Is that she doesn't have the inch of the board, but she does have it when she quests, so you can essentially get it when you shift her in. So I think there's going to be a lot. We're going to be seeing a lot of Amber cards throughout the set, and I'm leaning toward those. Pudge is getting a lot
I
of
love
memeing
him.
on Twitter. He is, whenever you have a Lilo in play, you can play this character for free, and he's a 2-cost 1/3 to quest for 1. And we saw something today as well that I was like, what's really gross is you can recur Lilo from the discard for 1 ink, and I don't
Grandmother
remember what it was.
Willow. Is it
Yes,
Grandmother
Grandmother
Willow?
Willow was revealed today on the main
Yes, I
stage.
love her.
So there's a lot of things happening in Amber that are really exciting, and they're going to be
Mhm.
really low to the ground. But I want to see how they all mesh together, and I hope that's a good enough answer. Like right now, I'm thinking
No, I
Lilo.
think
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
your answer
great.
Lilo, and
basically was
the
every card, Brad. We
No, it's
what's that?
fine.
I said
Those
your
were good
answer was
cards.
basically every card.
It was 4 of them for sure,
Yeah,
but I
Vic would
wasn't
not be
prepared.
having
So
this.
apologies to Crash, but
Sorry, I didn't wanna miss the question, so I
and I
just
appreciate it.
decided to
Yeah.
wing it. But then the last question is by one of our other local friends, Gary. He says that he has signed up for Winterspell pre-release at game night. Yay, we'll see you there. It is his first sealed event, so he's looking for some tips.
That could be a whole episode. And we're going to be doing a lot of limited content here in the next couple of weeks. But my go-to with sealed is open your packs, find your curve. Like on a very generic level here of what you know about the game. Like that it's all colors. It's no limitations whatsoever. Minimum 40 cards in sealed still, unlike draft, which will be 35 now. But you're looking for curve, and you're looking for cards that get you things immediately, and you want to keep your uninkables low, but you also want to find bombs like that Lilo that I just talked about. I didn't go over her entire stats, but like I think in limited, despite the fact that she's uninkable, she's a 2-cost uninkable 2-quester. But the first time that she's to be dealt damage, she doesn't take any. So they're going to be, using multiple resources to try to take her out. So she's going to be questing a little bit, hopefully a little bit longer than your average character that you would play on 2. And I think that's worth the uninkability. But, we'll, of course, guide you, on Monday nights, because I'm the one that'll be hosting that. So any questions that you have, I'll be there to help you as well. But any other tips that Andy and Kirsten can provide, they are champions at the format. Andy is very, very good at sealed, breaking down the cards, and
I have limited then.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
So I think first off, we might end up doing what we used to do, where we use a deck test Tuesday to go through and kind of rank all the cards. We just need to actually prepare for it this time.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to do that like the Tuesday before the set releases in your local game stores. You can reference that video. But as far as like my tips for like the biggest things that I've learned is like you don't want too many of your low cost characters. You want a curve for sure, but like I think I run like 4 1-drops at most, ideally. You don't want to go too high on your lower cost cards, because the best thing in limited is to get some of those bigger characters out. So anything 5 cost 6 or more, obviously watch the uninkables and watch the like big characters that you don't think you'll ever get to enough ink to play. But those are like my 2 biggest takeaways for the most part.
Yeah, one of my biggest things from Andy that surprised me is that he doesn't care if he misses his 1-drop, because he's always
Yeah.
trying to find the higher cost things. And for me, when I was starting sealed, back in the earlier sets, I was like, I want to hit my 1, I want to hit my 2, and maybe that's an actual great tip. Having too many of those is not good, because by the time that if you're steadily ramping, just 1 ink per turn, you don't want to find those again in the late game. You want to find those big cards. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, I could just drop all these 1-drops, all these 2-drops. Like, no, you might not have the resources, and they're going to have the answers.
Yeah.
But
because a
that was
3-drop,
my biggest thing.
a 3-drop is able to take out probably all 3 of those 1-drops.
yeah,
And so at best you're getting a small boost. Like they have to all be very, very powerful, aggressive cards with high lore gain in some way for that to be worthwhile, which in constructed it can be, but in limited it's not likely. But Brad's right, like looking at the cards based on curve is a great way. I always, when I open my packs, I always sort them by ink cost, and I put characters in one pile that are inkable characters in one pile, uninkables in another pile above them. So it's like 1-drops, uninkable 1-drops, and then below them I put non-characters like inkable, and I organize them all out, because as enticing as some items and actions, even songs are even better, are good, or like can be better, but as enticing as a lot of these seem, you need characters to make them work, and so it becomes more of a gamble, and so it needs to be something really good. There are some really good actions, I think, in this set, like the what's the one that for every person that quests you draw a card, heal a bunch of damage and draw cards for each of them. Those are
Yeah,
the
that's
Willow is
Ohana,
one and Ohana. Yeah. So, there are definitely some good actions. If I'm playing limited in a different set, I'm definitely taking a friends on the other side, or like a excuse me, like a guidebook or something like
Guidebook,
that.
yeah.
But yeah, I think like go for character. Look at your characters first. Ideally inkable ones. Find the best ones you can. Like Kirsten said, 4 1-drops. If you actually think about it, though, you get 7 cards out of 40 in your hand, and then you get to alter up to 7 more, which is 14. Even if you just average it and say you're only altering like 3 cards away, that's 10 cards you saw. If you have 4 1-drops, that's a 1 in 4 chance of getting. You saw 25% of your deck, and it's 25% of your deck is 1-drop, or there's 4 1-drops.
Yeah.
So I think if my math is right, you're likely to see one. It'll be fine.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to mention as well that you'll hear in a lot of different card games. I heard it first from Katie, our friend Katie at the Lore Keepers Inn, is the term bread. It's an anagram for bombs, which is just your bomb cards removal. So if you have options for removal, so you can control the board. Evasives are always good because they might not always have an answer for evasives. I think is aggro because you're looking for 2 questers, more than one lore pip to try to get there quicker. And then D is that duds?
Yeah, I think
you want to be able to differentiate those duds and get those out of the way so you can play all the other stuff.
It's E is I think elusive characters, and I think I don't know if that just has to do with the other games that this came from, but in my opinion, I don't say evasives because it's not just evasives. It's characters like Ward or perhaps even Bodyguard, because that makes other characters elusive essentially, right? It provides illusion to your other characters. And so
that makes sense.
Think of it as things like that, things that are hard to deal with. Is another way to think about it.
Right.
If you have you have the card and you're just like, wow, this seems like it would be really hard to deal with for my opponent. So those kind of things.
And I think that's probably any final thoughts on Sealed, Kirsten? Anybody?
No, I don't think so.
All right, and that's going to wrap it up for Constituents Corner. If you would like your questions answered, please feel free to comment below, ask us on our socials, or join our Discord where you can ask in the Constituents Corner channel. And sometimes conversations begin there before they even make their way to the episode. So, yeah. And if you want to find us on the socials, of course, we're at Rules of Villainy. What are we doing for the main segment, guys? You want to talk about some reveals, some Winterspell cards?
Yeah, I want to talk about the most obvious thing. You already mentioned the card when you were asked what your favorite one is, and you said, I don't know. Here's 5,000 I like.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Rockstar Lilo was announced.
Oh, yeah.
Besides all the people who have grabbed their sword and now also grabbed their bow and are heading to Ravensburger as we speak, because this is not the Set Champs promo card, which I feel you. That'd be really awesome. It really would be. But, it is what it is. Mostly what it says to me is that, like, there's a whole band out there of Lilo and Stitch. And so we've got Stitch on guitar, we've got Lilo on drums. Who else is in this band? Do we have Cobra Bubbles Rockstar? Do we have Gantu Rockstar? All hail.
I think we have Angel. Her card is Siren Singer. Like, she's got to be the front woman, right? Of the band.
Oh yeah,
Angel Rockstar, where she's singing. Okay.
Yeah. We got a whole rock band here from Lilo and Stitch. I like this. And just because Lilo's not the set champion card this set,
you're right,
doesn't mean she won't be in the future. It took Stitch 3 sets before. I mean, they didn't start the set championship till set 3, but he was a set 1 card.
Making that card perfect, and they did a good job. It shouldn't be Golden Mickey. It should be Golden Stitch.
You're a Stitch truther. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it should be Golden Pudge, honestly.
Ooh,
Pudge!
Pudge is
That's
also
me.
awesome. Rockstar, like
Pudge controls the weather.
I think
That's
there
what I've
needs to
heard.
be Rockstar Gantu on bass guitar, and then Rockstar Cobra Bubbles on keys. On the keys.
With the sunglasses on.
Yeah, with the sunglasses on.
We do have a new Cobra Bubbles.
I know.
He's a dedicated official. He is not a rock.
And we have a new
Gantu.
Gantu.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a Lilo and Stitch heavy set.
And Pudge.
Good. Yeah.
Pudge controls the weather.
Pudge, I can't talk. We have Ruben making sandwiches.
He's
Like,
a cutie.
That card makes me hungry.
He's a cutie. I love him.
It's actually not a bad card either, right? Remove up to 2 damage. You exert this card to remove up to 2 damage from a chosen character of yours. For each 1 damage removed this way, you pay 1 less ink for the next character you play this turn. That's insane. It's a rare card, 1/3, 2 inkable.
I bet isn't there a card already that when you quest it reduces the cost by 2?
By 2. I think so. I don't know who that is. I
don't
know
remember.
Huey does 1
Oh, it's
for
Gaston.
sure. Oh, Gaston. He doesn't quest. That's an exert ability, and he's out of rotation right now.
Okay.
He was a former villain of the week after I won my set championship.
He was a 3 cost, right? 2/4 exert
I think so.
ability.
Despicable Dealer. Yeah.
So this is basically a 2 cost 1/3 with the same ability, but with like hoops you have to jump through, right? So you have to have a character with 2 damage, and if you do, then it's big money. If it's not, then this is basically just a worse Huey, right? Unless you value the healing. So it's not on play either. So you have cards like Penny, that kind of contest with this, that would heal something, like punish, like and try an early double trade with the Daisy, right? Where you hit into something with Daisy and then you hit into it again.
All I know is like
it's making sandwiches. Yeah,
that's a good looking sandwich right there.
It is.
Good bread of that mayonnaise.
Go for a sandwich.
Oh my gosh. Him and Tiana's gumbo these cards make me hungry.
Not the one with the beignets.
Ooh, beignets.
Listen, yeah, like I will eat anything from the Disney Lorcana universe, probably. Maybe not anything. Well, I don't want to put that out there because there's probably a card out there with something really gross on it that I don't want. But
Percy's cherries.
What's that?
Percy, the new Percy card. We got the dog.
He's cutie.
He's holding the frozen cherries.
Yeah.
He's eating the frozen
He's
cherries.
a 1/4/3 quester, and he can't challenge. Which
I just meant the food. He's got food.
Oh yeah.
He's eating.
I'm sure there's plenty of food over these cards, but we don't have the time to go through every single one of them. I want to talk about a few others in Amber specifically. You want to get to the big one now that was revealed today? We have the 8 cost uninkable Raging Storm. It is the new Be Prepared. It is not a song. It is an action in Amber that banishes all characters. It's got Lilo and Nanny on the art, and it has a beautiful enchanted as well. Yeah. What'd I say?
Sing it.
It's not a song.
I know, but you have to sing it like Baker.
No.
Oh, I'm not Baker though. I can't.
He said like.
Remember
Baker.
when I challenged him to a Be Prepared on like one of our very first episodes?
Really funny.
But I never did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these days. I did sing it with him in Milwaukee though. So I mean, maybe that all came together.
It did.
But no, we have a board wipe again. I mean, we've had elements of a board wipe before with combo pieces and so on and so forth. But now it's just a pure banish all characters for 8 ink, and it's in Amber. That's wild, right? That's a Sapphire Amber card if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens. It'll be interesting. I mean, I wasn't mad at Be Prepared. It was fine. I guess it, you could argue it was a little overpowered that you could sing it,
Yeah.
because that was kind of rough. Because then you have like your whole ink to play a bunch of other things.
Yeah, they
But
made a
I
good
think this
point.
is like a fair, like they're not bringing BPAP back, but like here is a consolation prize. I like it. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, they increased the ink cost by one, and they made it
Yep.
unsingable. And I think they made a good point on the main stage today as well, that like a lot of times Be Prepared wasn't being sang anyway. It was just a hard cast, to wipe the board, especially in the later sets where the strategy was just get a couple McDuck manners out there, wipe the board, and say, all right, deal with these 9 body locations that you have to
Mhm.
establish something for first before you could even attempt to, right? So
I'd argue it was.
yeah, it's interesting.
I'd argue it was getting sung in the Manor deck. You'd sing it with Sisu.
You
That's
could,
pretty
yeah.
more common. That's more common than maybe you'd think. Like, or sing it with a Hades, even if that was getting played a
It's
little
happened.
bit. And
Yeah, I'm not saying it never happened, but I think a lot of time, like especially up until that set, it was just ramp to 7, wipe the board, start over, because at that point you had your Tremaines, you had your Medusas, you had all your single target removal to follow that up. So whatever they played after you played that Be Prepared, you were golden because you just take care of it one by one. And then you had those 2 questers out there, especially with Tremaine, not Medusa, but I'm just going to quest now because you have to establish something before you can even think about
Yeah,
challenging
that'll
into
make
it, right?
sense.
So, but yeah, I thought it was interesting. There was long rumored that it was coming, that a board wipe was coming, and
Mhm.
happened to be an amber of all colors. So
crazy,
Pretty interesting.
yeah,
crazy.
I'm excited to see how it plays out. So
yeah. Do you guys have any cards that you want to talk about? And
I'm
are you slotting
overwhelmed
anything
by all
in
the
into
cards.
any? I'm sorry.
I'm overwhelmed by all the cards. Like I'll pick
There
and
are
choose like I really like the Todd, but like other than that, like I'm not prepared to make decks. I'm prepared to open packies and play sealed. And like
sure
until that's over, I kind of don't really think about like, oh, what am I gonna slot in? I don't freaking know. I just want to play with these cool cards.
for sure. Well,
Um, yeah. What someone asked about the Scrooge McDuck. I think it was in the question Kirsten read from
Was
the
it?
person. Yeah, Crash basically said, "I find the legendary blue Scrooge interesting."
that's what happened. Yeah, I remember he asked that after
Oh,
we recorded last week. That's why I
I
missed
wanted
it
to.
this week. Yeah,
I don't know what this is, and so I just kind of wanted to look at it. For the first time here, it's a 6 cost
where is it?
inkable 4/6 with shift 4. Spreading joy. When you play this character, you may put a card from the top of your deck face down
Mm,
under each of your other characters. If you do, those characters gain ward until the start of your next turn.
that
Hmm.
is pretty interesting.
Quest for 2.
so
It's a legendary. So, like, it's just the idea of a 6 cost 4/6 quest for 2 is not terrible stats, right? It could certainly be
Yeah.
bigger or cheaper, right? Shift 4 is not bad. Now 4 cost 4/6 is pretty good. Depends on the other Scrooge targets.
Hmm.
But the ability is really what's kind of interesting. You know, uh, you're putting cards underneath cards that don't need cards underneath them, right?
yeah,
And that don't get anything from it. So, like in a really boost heavy deck, this is certainly pretty decent. But the idea of just giving them all ward is kind of it's cheaper in a lot of other ways, right? At 5 costs or shift 3, you could just play Aurora.
sure.
And at 4 cost, there's that bell, right, of the ball that gives everything ward for a turn.
Hmm.
So, it really depends what you want to try and get out of it. Um, it's interesting though. It would definitely work well. There's another card I wanted to talk about, which I think everyone is probably talking about already, which is Genie, Magical Researcher.
Sure.
He's a 3 cost, 3/4 boost 1. This character gets +1 lore for each card under him. And so it's inkable as well. That's pretty nice. You just, you could play him on 3, boost him once. You know, like play him on 3 with 4 ink and like a blurple deck or something like that, and just play him boost as your 4 drop. I don't know.
Yeah.
Night quest for 2. Add some more.
Well, he would quest for 3 theoretically, because if you play him on
Yeah, the next turn.
4 for 3 with a boost, he can't quest that turn, but he'll technically have 2 lore on him, and then next turn you boost him again, so he'll quest for 3.
And
then you play your
bounce him.
4-cost genie and draw a card.
No, and then you play
Right.
then you play your 4-cost Madam M Elephant, and you bounce him and both the cards underneath him back to your hand. And now you've just drawn 2 cards. And you could play the genie back again the next turn and start the whole cycle over again.
Pretty gross. He's got decent stats too, 3/4, so he sticks around.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't survive a Thunderbolt, but you got to be playing Steel to run into that. And there's a lot of things. What I wanted to touch on, I don't have the examples in front of me, but there's a lot of ways to, as we just talked about with Scrooge, even a lot of ways to just get extra boosts aside from the boost ability on the card. So I think there's going to be a lot more focusing on a lot of boost mechanics in this next set for all kinds of hijinks and shenanigans that are making me feel like the Simba that I've been playing around with all set. It might even be even better in an Emerald deck this set with some of the stuff that they have.
Yeah, that Donald.
The Donald
we talked
is
about it last
absolutely
week, right?
insane. Yeah,
but you can actually play that on 4 in Emerald Amethyst, and then on 5 play Genie Boost Genie, get an extra Genie Boost, and still have 1 ink to do whatever you want. And if they banish it, well, now you've got, now you're drawing a card for each card that was under them. So now you're drawing double cards. It's pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
Yeah. I might find my way back in Emerald this set, which is going to be interesting. There's so many possibilities, and I can't wait to see what people start brewing. So I'm not the best brewer myself, but I do like trying out some of the other ideas and filtering them to my play style, if you will.
Brad's not a brewer, but he certainly will hops on the train with you if you find a good deck and share it with him.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Also, Amber's going to be playing characters like for negative cost soon, right? Because we get that new Ekmood, it's alien speak. The 3-cost, the 3-cost song. You pay 2 less for the next character you play this turn, draw a card, which is kind of bonkers. We also got a new 1-cost 3 singer in the Angel that has Underdog. A potential reason to go second. Like I could even see this leading to a point where this person says, I want to go second on purpose all the time.
Yeah.
So that I can get my 1-cost 3 singer, sing this, and immediately bring out something 5 cost or less on turn 2. No. Turn 2 you'd have 2 ink plus 2 less, it'd be 4 cost. But you could do this also with the 2-cost 4 singers, right? Ursula Vanessa, and Turtle Boy, Troubadour.
Turtle Boy.
Yeah. So we're paying less for characters now, which is kind of bonkers.
I think it's going to be a really fun set, honestly.
I agree.
Since we last talked as well, moving back to Emerald really quickly, we'd be remiss not to talk about the new super rare Mulan, 2-cost inkable 1/4. She has no lore pips on her, but whenever this character quests, gain lore equal to her strength with a maximum of 6 lore. So all the mechanics to raise her strength. I know our friend Paul here in St. Louis made a whole chart of all the cards that boost strength in Disney Lorcana currently, and whatever he could grab from Winterspell coming up. And the fact that you could play her on 2 and essentially boost her up to 4, 5, 6 lore for her first quest is absolutely wild. I don't think dogs is going anywhere. They're gonna start getting Mulan in there and other cards to help support that strength boost. That's just wild. Hit her with a tramp, the 2-cost tramp that boost her up for every character on board by 1 strength. Why not? It's pretty good.
Yeah, seems pretty bonkers. It depends on how reliably you could get the strength up, and how much it costs in an aspect of like your deck and your game plan and the cards you have to play, and like, yeah, it's interesting though.
Yeah, I think locations could be a fun tech in this set as well, with some of the ones they've revealed. They've even gone as far as doing location protection as well with the 1-cost inkable Winterspell action that just stops you from challenging locations and drawing a card with it as well. Or I'm sorry, chosen location of yours can't be challenged until the start of your next turn. So clearly they're setting up ways for you to play locations safely and try to get some of the value out of even the smaller body ones, right? So interested in seeing how that develops. I know my friend Mike over at Legends of the Inkwell is already brewing some more in his Ruby Steel with some of the locations revealed so far to spice that deck up a little bit more. And I'm interested. Nice. I'm very, very interested in that.
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
The Graveyard of Christmas Future. Sounds like
to be fair, like if they do make locations like a big thing, they still also like made the new card Freeze the Vine, which is banish all locations.
Oh yeah. You still got Maui time too. The Emerald Steel Maui that I was looking at the other day. I was like, that might be slotted in a lot more Emerald Steel decks coming up because of his ability to just wipe them out. Yeah, I'm excited. I was excited for Whispers, and I could arguably say that I might be more excited for this set. Just the way that it's looking so far. Yeah, I
think that this is definitely like my favorite set they've done so far.
Yeah. Wow.
I think it's so fun. Not that the other sets weren't fun, but like this one is it's so themed. Like Winterspell was also like kind of themed, but like this is like super themed.
Or Whispers. Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get the cards and see them. We got Let It Go back. That's cool. I put that in my notes here. Then there's the 1-cost Gantu that we got, new Gantu. Hamsterville's Accomplice.
3.
Well, 1-cost 3/3. When you play this character, choose and discard a card. So I know we've had some discussions in our chats and the Discord and stuff like that. There's been talks of this. This is definitely one that's going to be interesting to see how this gets tested. It feels like it's not needed in something like Amethyst Steel Mirrors or Amethyst Steel into other like fair decks like Ruby Amethyst and things like that, because a Captain Hook trades in and threatens the same like 2 drops and potentially 3 drops that exist on the board. However, obviously versus like aggro and wider decks, this Gantu is really nice because in like dogs or something, you could swing your Captain Hook in and then they can just cleanly take it out with their Bobby or something like that, and you kind of lose. You get a 1-for-1 essentially, and so it'll depend on how the meta shapes up. I really dislike the idea of discarding cards from my hand,
especially on turn 1.
Yeah, but I think it might be a trap as well, because like you think, oh well, this is the time I have the most cards in my hand is turn 1. Of course I can afford one now, but you're already very low on cards by the time you're getting to some of these more refilling cards like Yzma or Dumbo with some evasives on board, or Demona, ideally even a Doc, just get you 2 cards. Like you need something. I would rather discard that card later down the road for 2 lore to my giant cobra, I would think, but it definitely deserves some testing, and we'll have to
Kinda
see. It's gonna be real for me personally. It's really hard to don't take my cards from me. I like the
I
cards
got a
in my
question
hand.
for you. Yeah, about this card and going back to Gary's question, looking for tips. And you might differ from this. I want to hear your opinion on it. Would you play this? I don't think I would play this in sealed because you're not setting up
Oh,
for your
No.
deck is not set up for draw to return that card back to you should you discard it. It's nice 1/3/3, but I would
Never.
not never play this in a sealed or draft event because of just the card value of needing cards, the card economy of needing cards in
mhm.
my hand, that it's not really worth dumping a card just to have that 3/3 on the board for a couple turns.
It's not. That's one of those trap cards. Like sometimes you fall into this trap of like, oh, these two cards synergize together. But one, you have to have those two cards. Two, you have to see them both together, which
Yeah.
is incredibly like unreliable in a limited format. So those are what I like to call trap cards. Like you don't want to fall into the trap of like being you lured in by the cool ability that could potentially get off if you see the combo. You're not gonna see the combo. Give that dream up. Sorry. Have fun, but like there's a difference between like, making sure that your deck works well and all the cards synergize with each other and these like magical Christmas land combos that are just trap cards for you to play in limited. They might be
Yeah.
great in like a regular deck where you can have four of each of those cards and have reliable card draw or filtering. But that's usually that's not the case in a limited format. So like try to avoid those like super niche combo cards.
Yeah. I agree.
Another
Another
Oh, go ahead.
I had a quick one. Another one that I just noticed and I remembered that popped into this set is John Smith, Undaunted Protector. He's a 3/6/5 unequal bodyguard that quests for 2, but he has a new ability that we haven't seen in Lorcana yet that says opponents must choose this character for actions and abilities if able. So the bodyguard is nice, but now he's basically it's like I'm taking
Complete.
all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to, if I'm bodyguarding a Tiana and you want to let it go, my Tiana,
Not
I don't think
today.
so. Yeah, you're getting rid of me first, So I thought
I
that was
really
interesting. I
think
don't know
that's super cool.
what's that?
I think that ability is super cool. I like
Yeah,
that they're adding that in because
I'm
it's
cu-
so easy to circumvent the bodyguard when they don't have like, you know, that ability to be like, "No,
yeah,
you can't just sing a song and get rid of the stuff behind me." So I really like that addition.
yeah. I'm curious to see if he finds his way into more of the top decks just because of that alone. That extra protection seems really good, but we'll just have to see how things develop from there. You had another one, Andy, right?
Yeah, the Duke Weaselton
Oh
is another
yeah,
interesting one. That's 3 cost 3/3. When this character is banished, you may play a character with cost 2 or less for free, which is kind of pretty nice.
yeah,
Especially if you were able to like I don't know them off the top of my head, but if there's is the David Xanatos a 2 cost that we got last set
Thought
I
he
think
was
he's a 3.
3.
I think he's a 3.
that lets you discard and deal 2 damage? Is
Yeah,
it 3 costs? Okay, but especially if there's like 2 costs that have 2 costs or less that have abilities. Maybe like a Finnick, right? Or the Emerald cards with basically what is known as kicker with the additional
yeah,
costs. So you're able to potentially have one of them get played on your opponent's turn, pay the additional cost, and now you've bounced back like a genie or something that stops them from being able to quest or sing a song against your stuff. So that it opens up a lot of interesting interactions that can happen. So I think that's a pretty cool card. In limited,
Mhm.
it's probably not great because 2 costs or less, you shouldn't have too many of them lying around, and you don't really want to spend your precious resource of cards in hand on those kinds of cards.
What about you, Kirsten? You got any cards you want to talk about before we move on? Are you guys ready to move on?
I don't have any specific cards, but I do want to mention the other new ability that's coming in this set, the built-in underdog ability.
Oh, yeah.
When you're
Underdog.
going second. I think that that's a really cool addition because I know that it's been heavily discussed in the Lorcana community, the like play draw disparity and the what seems like unfairness whenever you're going second in some matchups.
Yep.
So I think that is a really cool addition to Disney Lorcana that they're adding in, kind of beefing up some of these characters if you're going second or letting you pay less for a character or whatever that may be. I think that is a super cool thing that they added to kind of balance that out a little more.
Which one?
And I
do we-
think
Yeah.
it'll really come in handy in limited because oftentimes I find myself wanting to go second. So the fact that I want to go second and now I'm also getting better cards if I choose to go second, like I might find myself picking up a couple of those cards with the underdog tag
they were
on it
all
because
they're all uncommon. Every color is getting one of these 2-cost inkables underdogs too. So you're going to be seeing a lot of these in uncommon, and it's going to be very much worth it to draft these or put these in your sealed decks for that.
Well,
No?
depends on the one. That's what I was gonna say. There's
yes,
speaking
it
from here,
depends on the card,
Which
but like the
ones
one that
do we
I'm
think are gonna be the most impactful? Are we
I
gonna
don't
like
really
the
know.
most,
Like
right?
one of the ones that I see
I
currently in
think
front of
we can
me is the White Rabbit. Like one, you get to play him for one less
one
if
card.
you
Yeah,
were the second. He's a one
two.
cost 2/2 evasive. Like he's a
Yep.
better
yeah.
Pegasus.
So
He's a
that's a good
beefier
one.
Pegasus.
I like that one. Now you got me on that. A
Yeah.
2-cost 2/2 evasive is honestly not terrible, and so I would draft. I mean, I don't know what position to draft in or whatever, but
Sure.
I would pick that. I would play that card for sure. That is a good card,
Sure.
especially in
There's
limited,
one
because I really like the idea of even if you aren't going second, if you're going first, you can just ink something. And I would, if I had a 1-drop, I'd ink my 1-drop and I'd pass and I'd play this on 2
They'll play
instead.
it. Yeah.
Because
Sure.
a lot of these are still good 2-drops. So the White Rabbit
Yeah.
is good. What do we think about Angel? Angel
And
Is
is
she one of them?
the 1-cost.
limited, I don't know, because we have to have the
Let's
removal
see.
songs to do it as well, right?
You'd have to
To
have
make her really worth it.
in constructed. She's gonna be really
That's
really good.
true.
Yeah.
But
Let's see. What was the other one?
I like Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
2 questers, him and Splatter Phoenix and Sapphire. He's a 1/3, Splatter's a 1/2. They both quest for 2. Christopher Robin doesn't have anything other. He's just vanilla or French vanilla, I guess. And Splatter Phoenix has Ward in quest for 2. So he's basically coming out or she, I don't know. I'm not familiar with Splatter Phoenix. They come out and quest for 2, basically
With Ward,
guaranteed, right? Unless they can find some way to make you remove that, but I doubt it.
The one that I do not like and I would not recommend playing is the Liquidator. Like
What?
he isn't great. His name is Liquidator.
No, I'm saying you don't think he's good.
No.
I think he's great.
Because you have to okay, like I think that he's fine like in the later game, but like you shouldn't try and play this as like your 1-drop ever. Like
Why not?
because you have to I'm saying as your 1-drop specifically.
Why
like
wouldn't
you
you?
don't want to because the other player hasn't quested. What are you gonna do with this? And he is reckless.
That's not rush. It's reckless. So when the opposing
Okay.
character does quest, you could take it. You could take out anything. You could take out big characters. This is the Gaston. This is a 2-cost Gaston that could cost 1. Right?
Yeah. I'm kind of in agreement with Kirsten though. Like why would I want to put out just it's like Toby or whoever was that 1-drop all over again, or Felicia.
Toby.
Felicia
Felicia's
comes
a
out and
3/1
just sits.
rush, right? Or
Does she have
3/1 reckless.
rush or there's just reckless? But
Toby's a 2-cost 3/1 rush.
one of them, somebody was just a card that you
Maybe
put
not.
out there, and it's like, okay, turns out it was Felicia. She's a 1-drop 3/1 with reckless. I'm like, why play that just to establish for whenever they get their lore and I don't? You know what I mean? So
Because
I also
I get it. I just don't know. I don't know that I would ever be
I
in a
mean,
position where I'm like, I want to play Liquidator on one for
in
sure.
limited, it depends on what the other one drops that you're looking at, though. But imagine they have Christopher Robin. Imagine they're going second, you're going first. You ink your one drop, you don't care. They play Christopher Robin, the 1/3, the quest for 2. You now play the Liquidator on your turn 2. You pass them. They're playing, another card. They get 2 lore, but you take it out with Liquidator and that survives still. Now it's taking something else out, right? So
Yeah, I
it's
guess,
it's
but now
only
they're
banishing to the mid, that like 2/2 mid range that is basically most of the one drops. So I don't know how many of them there are. Pua, Donald Duck.
I really like the
That's it.
Steel underdog one too.
Yeah.
It's Judy Hopps. She's a 2/2 resist 1.
That's nice because now that's a
Mhm.
2/3 essentially. That's
Yep.
pretty. That's
Yeah.
pretty decent. I would play that probably.
I think that's
I
all of
like
them. I
I like
think the only one that we didn't really care for was the Angel because she's Singer
I,
3, and
I'm
there are
I'm not a fan of Splatter Phoenix.
Okay. I was gonna say, because when you preface this, Andy, I thought this was like a setup for like how many of these you actually gonna play. And then when we said we were gonna play 5 of them, I'm like, well, basically all of them. If
No,
you don't like splatter, that's
no, I don't.
that's
I
fine
don't
too.
think
And
Splatter Phoenix is that great. And Christopher Robin might not even be the best one either, because unless you really think you have a strong aggressive strategy, then a 2-cost 1/3 quest for 2 is not as great as just like a 2-cost 2/2 evasive, right? That's probably going
yeah.
to end up netting you more lore in the long run, depending on how many evasives there are in this set, and cards like alert and stuff like that. And so I personally, maybe it's just my play style, but I'm not a fan of the more aggressive play style in sealed or draft, just because you run out of steam and bigger cards can take out littler cards, much much easier and still survive. So it's
Yeah.
yeah. I think White Rabbit, Liquidator, and Judy Hopps are probably definitely making the
Best
cut
3.
for me. The other 3
Yeah.
are probably not.
mid.
Maybe Christopher Robin. Maybe Christopher Robin, because a 1-cost
Yeah.
1/3 quest for 2 is pretty strong, even if you're not going an aggressive strategy.
Sure.
Going second is OP and limited.
Can't argue with you. I used to think that I was like, that's crazy. The one time at Grapes Games, is a quick anecdote here. For their sealed event, I lost every die roll and I made my way to the finals, or the second to last game. And then I won the die roll. And then it was a best of 1 series too, because we were just strapped for time, right? I lost both die rolls, won my first 2 rounds. My third round, I finally won my die roll, and I'm feeling good. I lost that game. I was like, God, Andy's right. Like
It depends on
going
the
second,
set though
actually.
too. But yeah,
Yeah,
depends on the
but
set and the kind of cards that it has or whatever. But I'm never really disappointed if I'm going second in limited, because if I am confident in the cards that I have in my deck, the bigger, beefier, badder characters that you're going to play at 5,
yeah,
6, 4, 5, 6-ish area, then you should be fine.
yeah. Right. We have anything else here for the main segment, or should we kick it over to Vince's favorite segment without the sound effects?
Pudge, don't forget
I'm
Pudge.
ready.
Oh, Pudge. You want to talk about Pudge?
Yeah, he controls the
Watch
weather.
controls the weather.
No.
Okay, go ahead. You can move on, Brad.
All right, let's move on to Villain of the Week. No special sound effects this week, unfortunately. Kirsten, do you wanna take it away?
Oh, sure. We have the Surfer Stitch, Carefree Surfer Stitch, 7-cost inkable, 4 strength, 8 willpower, Dreamborn Hero Alien, with the special ability Ohana. When you play this character, if you have 2 or more other characters to play, you may draw 2 cards.
Fun card.
With
He's been around since
the artist, Marcel Berg.
Marcel Berg.
And I really like
And
the
then
flavor text.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
read it.
Oh, so you're from outer space, huh? I hear they're surfing's choice.
Yeah.
It's a good
This
one.
is this is a good one. He's been around from the very beginning, and he's seen a lot of play now, at least recently in the fun weeks of the end of set. We you and I, Kirsten, both have been playing, or at least you have a day's worth of playing Sapphire Amber, which I think is going to be a lot more prevalent with the cards that we're getting so far. But yeah, this Stitch comes out. You ramp up so quickly, you build up a board, and then Stitch comes out and draws your cards. And you're still in it no matter what, because he's such a big body. 4/8, quest for 2, get you cards. What more can you ask for with this card? And he's got a little companion coming out in the new set at a 5 cost. Basically the same thing. Carefree Snowboarder, 4/5, quest for 2. But he only gets you the draw when you quest. When he quests, and there's still 2 players on, or 2 glimmers on the board. So a lot of surfing in these cards. But
I just
I just
realized.
need to point out. That in the original art, we already had Pud.
Yeah, I just realized that. That is Pudge.
You didn't realize that?
And the
Yeah, and
sandwich,
he's
he's
even
chasing the
Stitch is
sandwich.
even holding the I know, of course. Now Pudge, we've come full circle, guys.
And we
It's
just need
full
Pudge's
circle.
peanut butter sandwich as an item.
I know. I want Pudge's peanut butter sandwich, and it like lets you do something that seems like it's controlling the weather.
yeah, you know,
that'd be pretty cool. But
Stop Winterspell. Pudge stops Winterspell.
I was
Pudge is
gonna
the
make an art joke.
answer. Pudge controls the weather. He's the answer.
It might be.
good.
Who knows
is a
what they
good
have
Just
up
theory.
their
saying.
sleeves.
That is a good
Pudge,
theory.
the next championship match.
Next hero.
Or
Okay.
next hero.
This Stitch card is basically one of 2 like late game cards that Amber Sapphire plays, right? I've seen a couple versions, not just the version Brad's played, the version Kirsten played, which was very, very similar, just a few cards different. I've also seen lists for next set that have, like theorized in the new Ohana's family card and the what is the card that I think it brings a character back from your discard, maybe? It's another Amber song, basically.
Forget.
Maybe it's the Willow. Oh no, the Ekud Etibute. Yeah, that card and Ohana, both in the list with the new beat prep as well. And the biggest thing is they have this strong ramp options. Whether you play Cinderella, whether you play, the double 2-drop ramps and cards like Mickey or Donald, Detective Donald, your top end is just Surfer Stitch and Hades, right?
Yeah.
That's sort of how you're closing out the game. And that's not bad by any means. Surfer Stitch is really, really hard to remove and very annoying. You basically can't remove him in, things like Amethyst Steel. Like he's just an immovable object. It's very, very annoying.
Double Sting Zeus.
Yeah, double Zeus, or double Timu Zeus,
Diet Zeus, yeah.
Diet Zeus, sorry.
Yeah, Diet Zeus, sorry.
Zero sugar Zeus. Or big strength or something like that. But
you know what you could do with your Diet Zeus? Get 2 of them, take out the Stitch and the 2 Hades that are on the board with him, because like you said, they're the late game cards for the Amber Sapphire as they're currently built. But the Zeus you forget, or no, never mind. I am confusing that with the Sword of Hercules. I am still burned from that, where it banishes a deity. So forgive me. I can't even blame it on being late. We're recording early this week. I'm just...
That's what's throwing you off.
Yeah.
You haven't had time to marinate.
No, but yeah, it's
yeah, it'll basically be interesting. I found it interesting that this is this seems to be the premier top end Amber card that exists in the meta today. And so I'm looking at other cards. I think Chippendale is potentially in the running especially in a deck that inks a lot and tries to get a draw engine going with something like Chicha. Yeah, there's probably other. I mean, that Simba, right? You could argue that Simba that's going to try and pull bombs off the top, but you've got a lot of supporting tools in there, like the ramp cards and
Yeah.
visions and maybe even develop or something like that.
I wouldn't throw Simba in Amber Sapphire. The way that it's built right now it's built specifically to go Cheetah, Mickey, Donald, Hades, or Stitch, as we're talking about right now, and then just build the board as you said with all the supporting characters. The right there in the middle is Donald, Genie, and Judy Hopps for extra, the extra support on the detectives. But Stitch is the guy. He comes out at the end. He poses a big body, big strength, and just says deal with this as you're looking at a board of like 5 or 6, and slamming down your 1-drop Basils. And I'm talking about one specific deck or one deck specifically right now, but in the future of Winterspell, I'm certain we're going to see this Stitch popping in a lot more stylized decks of what's to come, because he's just so powerful with his body, with his strength, with his draw power, and the fact that you pair it with Sapphire to just ramp up to it so quickly makes him a presence that you have to deal with or swing a lot of bodies into if that's the way you have to get rid of them.
Yeah, we have the board wipe now in Amber too, so like an 8-cost uninkable action, you're not getting there by just inking 1 card per turn. That's not good enough. You need a ramp, and you probably need a double ramp, right? So I think people are going to be looking to ramp and use Cindy as well, try and get to this even sooner. Or you're just maybe going to be favoring like a double ramp line of a Tipo and a Sail, or whatever it may be. But it's if you're going to use the board wipe that Amber is getting, you need to ramp to it. And so now you're locked into Amber Sapphire, and you have to say, okay, well, how can I play the control game with Amber Sapphire? I need the
Ludwig.
most valuable big cards that I can get. Hades, Surfer Stitch. Like I said, there's arguments for the Simba that allows you to pull cards off the top, or the decks already play cards like that Genie that's just like overstated cards, right? What is that? Is it a
Genie's
4-cost?
4/7.
4-cost?
He's a 5-cost 4/7, yeah.
5-cost 4/7, quest for 2. Yeah. So like just overstated cards like that. You could even play something like Scuttle, which has Ward. Same concept, 5-cost. I'm surprised we aren't seeing like other just vanilla cards like, heck, I mean Chef Louis, 7-cost 6/8, quest for 3. Like you just slap that on board and it's like, okay, good luck. Hades or bust.
I'm looking at the new Jumba Jukiba. He's a 8-cost 4/5 that costs 1 less for each character that you have in play. Quest for 2, and whenever this character quests, you remove all damage from chosen character. So if anybody was leaving damage on your board, like on this big-bodied Stitch, you just remove it all with this Jumba 2 turns later.
Yeah,
pretty wild.
4/5 is pretty expensive, right? So how many characters do you have to want to play this, right? That's the question. And I feel like I want for that second ability is oftentimes irrelevant, right? So I kind of want to pay 4 or 5 at most for a 4/5 quest for 2. So I need a lot of other characters.
The way that it's built right now, he would just slot right in. Like it, because I oftentimes, as you probably see from your playing last night on Deck Test Tuesday, that like the board just builds itself. You'll have, you're just slapping things down every single turn, whether it's 1, 2, whatever. But most of the time you're establishing your Chichas. You're never turning them sideways, the Chichas sideways, and then you're turning your 2 questers, you're ramping up, and then you get so much ink that you could play Jumba for the 8-cost, or you have 5 or 6 things on board already, and you just slap that down after the Stitch, and that's a lot to deal with. But Again, it's
Yeah,
a 4/5, so you take care of it a lot quicker than the Stitch, but
true. Yeah, I mean, it quickly got carried away. Like, as long as I could keep inking and like keep getting card draw, I could continuously just build up my ink, play like 2 big characters at a time,
yeah.
and just like be like, all right, cool. I'm a quest now.
Yeah, there's a lot other 6 drops as well that I could like the deck Kirsten was playing basically only ran was the Judy Hopps as a 6 drop.
Yep. That's the
That
only one.
was essentially it.
Yeah.
And I think there's also plenty of other 6 drops that could be, you know, considered in that besides just like big bodies, but especially like new ones. I mean, Pumbaa, 6 cost uninkable, 5/6 quest for 2. When you play this character, each opponent chooses and discards a card.
Yep.
Or probably better is the 6 cost uninkable 2/8
Widow Tweed.
Widow Tweed. Yeah, when you play this character, return a character card from your discard to your hand. If that character is named
Heck
Todd,
yeah.
you may play him for free. So
Heck yeah.
the Todd part's probably not relevant, but
Yeah, there's no blue or
just
yellow Todd. So
to be able to get back your Rockstar Stitch or your Hades or something like that is,
pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
actually
Mickey Mouse, Tiny Tim's father, 6 cost, 6/7.
you had to.
Oh
You had to
my
do it, right?
God.
Yeah, it was
I
obligation.
said that was your favorite card when they revealed that. I'm actually surprised I didn't Brad. I mean, I'm literally playing Josh Paltry's deck from Richmond, card for card.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised I did not Bradify it and throw in a Radigan Greedy Genius, the 6/7 ward with Quest for 4.
Oh,
You
Radigan.
ink so much. Yeah, you ink so much. You could get that out really quickly, or not quickly,
Yeah,
but
for
like
sure.
earlier than you should, and it would be a menace to deal with because they can't target it, right? So he's guaranteed 4 lore as long as you can ink the turn that you play him.
For
But
sure.
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of options and a lot of. I'm getting more and more excited to just build.
Or
Now that these
Mufasa.
cards are coming out, Mufasa
Yeah,
is fun. Yeah,
Mufasa.
he's never really
Lots of
found
fun
his place.
cards.
He's been in there. But the 8 cost uninkable is hard, but like he could do some fun things with him.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you say? You got any other thoughts on Stitch before we talk about the artist?
No, I'm good.
Take it away, Brad.
Taking it away. Marcel Berg has 19 cards in the game. I got to look them back up here really quickly because I forgot about something that I'm going to talk about here in just a second. But yeah, the Forceful Duelist, I think, is just an iconic card in this game. Yeah, the OG Captain Hook, Forceful Duelist, still very prevalent in this day. Love that card. They do have it enchanted with Aurora, Dreaming Guardian, and also the iconic Hades, Looking for a Deal. That or wait, am I looking at the right thing? Marcel Berg. Nope, I did Berg in general and not Marcel. I apologize to the artist of Aurora. But yeah, they do have the iconic Hades, Looking for a Deal. We did talk about them recently because we had somebody else on here who I forget.
We had Hades. We did Hades.
Oh, we had Hades, and we talked about the iconic. You're right.
They also do a regular art for Aerial Sonic Warrior. Pretty cool card. Hades, Ruthless Tyrant. Hand-sized Jafar. Right?
A hand-sized Jafar. He's that big.
Yeah, keeper of secrets.
Yeah. For Jaflurple, that's a great card. But yeah, coming up in set 11 as well is the Hercules, the new boost Hercules, Spectral Demigod. While you have a card of this character, it gets +3 strength. So it's a 1-drop 0/3 with boost 2.
Isn't that worse than Flynn Rider, right?
Might be, yeah.
Because Flynn Rider's a 1-cost 1/2 that gets 2 strength and an additional lore for that 2 boost.
Or he just becomes a 3/3 for boost 2 on 2. So
I'd rather discard.
I guess that's another way of. Yeah, as I say, it's another way around not playing Gantu, I guess, and you're going to get a lot of them because that's a common card. But the only other card I wanted to mention, not that they're all not great, but the Headless Horseman from this set, the Cursed Rider, the 5/7 Quest for 2 bodyguard, or not a bodyguard. This is the action one, right? Yep. When this character Draw 3 cards and discard 3 cards at random. Choose an opposing character and deal 2 damage for each action discarded this way. Is another fun card from this set. So I will have a link in the description below for Marcel Berg's work, but I also want to shout out, because I forgot until halfway through talking about the card, that this card has an Enchanted by Malika Selikovic. I probably pronounced that correctly. I apologize. But the Enchanted Surfer Stitch from set 1 is also in the game by this artist, and they have 11 cards in the game, including the promo Let It Go, the original Let It Go, and then the full art from the DLCs. But wanted to give them a shout out as well for this beautiful Enchanted Stitch card that will also link to their work in the description below. So that's it. That's it for the Villain of the Week. If you guys liked I want to know your opinions on Villain of the Week. We hope you enjoyed the episode. If you're enjoying us on audio, please rate and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.
And if you're joining us on YouTube, which if you're not, you really should, because we're having a lot of fun over here. But even Buster's having a lot of fun. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified of all of our other content. We got Deck Test Tuesday. We've got the Meta Report on Monday. Vince is still trying to pull an Enchanted. I believe he will one day. Tune in to find out.
He owes me a Pepper video, honestly. Anyway.
I heard he's going to eat a Carolina Reaper.
Oh, okay. Stay tuned. Yeah, definitely hit that notification bell for that. Anyway, we understand your time is valuable, so we appreciate you spending some of it with us. If you would like to follow along as we plot our devious plans, consider following us on our socials. We're on Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, and the platform formerly known as Twitter, @RulesOfVillainy. We also have a growing community on Discord in which you can join with the link down below. It's a hot mess in there, and I want to see your pets, so I have to say that every time, so it's an obligation at this point. You know.
Next week, stay safe, fellow villains. Be wary of wannabe heroes who want to disrupt your villainous plans. And as always, remember the rules of villainy.